Here we go. Hello everyone, I'm Chima of ChiimaTime and ChiimaTime, and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing another one of these long-winded talk reviews. So we are going to talk a little to a lot about Getsuyoubi 46's Getsuyoubi no Asa, Skirt or Kirareta. I can never say it right. But yes, we are going to be checking out Getsuyoubi 46's controversial song today. I had someone in the comments tell me that this was actually a bit of news in Japan some time ago, and after making a song about it, it caused a little bit of controversy because it's based on true events apparently. So that's a really interesting tidbit for this song. So yeah, I didn't know that until someone pointed it out to me after my react video, and I find this video is a really, really interesting sort of topic. Most of Getsuyoubi 46's videos and songs deal with very heavy topics, mostly to do with the youths breaking out of a society that is run by adults, a hive-minded society kind of thing, and I really like that message that it can convey in. I've always liked this idea of children going against adults or adults going against children kind of thing. It's a very controversial topic in general, but it is something that actually is in a lot of modern media nowadays, whether it is in movies or music or even storybooks. A series of unfortunate events deals with it a lot, where, you know, children are against the adults. So it's nice to see it in modern media like music videos and music in general, and Getsuyoubi 46 bring it up a lot. It was in there a bit with hurrah, so it's really interesting to see it come back here in月曜日の朝, Skirt or Kirareta, which is a prequel to Silent Majority, by the way. We're gonna talk a little to a lot about it, so yeah, let's get going. I apologise if I ramble or make no sense, but we'll try and get through this. So I'm going to start the MV. I'm going to watch it as we go through. Upon the opening of the video itself, someone is like talking on the phone, and I don't know if it's actually a news report or if it's someone just talking to Tetchi, but it does feel like it's something about the cutting of the skirt on the train, the theme of the song itself. But I think this is a beautiful video, by the way. It left a strong impression on me, not as strong as hurrah, but it definitely left me feeling quite emotional and stunned to silence at one point. It gave me chills, it made me want to cry. It's the sort of song that, you know, it hits you quite hard, and it's both because of the lyrics and also because of the imagery. Now, because I don't know Japanese, I didn't immediately read the lyrics, just so that I could focus on the expression of the members and how they danced and the colours used in the video and the sort of transition shots and the angles they used. But after researching the song a little more, it leaves a bigger impression on me, and yeah, it fits really well with the video. That's what I like about Getsuyoubi 46 videos. Their lyrics and their imagery mesh well together. There is a story in the video and it always fits in line with the lyrics, and they just suit each other perfectly. But it's definitely the imagery that left me wanting for more and feeling emotional after I watched it, because it's very strong. It's very cold as well, and it's very intense. It definitely stirs something inside me. Those blue tones, those cool tones, those red tones that they use in here, it leaves me feeling quite, like, you know, sad and lonely, but it also leaves me feeling quite mad, because these are people who are trying to break out, and they are trying to figure things out for themselves and break away from these adults who are trying to make them think, even though this happened to you, you're not the one who is suffering because you're a child. And these adults are essentially saying you don't matter as much because your life isn't as hard as an adult who is struggling with stress and work and life in general. You just have to worry about school, you're okay. It's basically, you know, like sweeping things under the rug, thinking that these kids, because they're young, their emotional levels, their stress levels, how they think, how they feel, it doesn't matter as much as that of an adult because adults have lived longer. Their suffering is greater than that of the kids, when actually Everyone's suffering is equal. So yeah, these girls are rightfully pissed. They want to get out, they want to break free, but they can't, and they have to like stay in this kind of bubble, but they're really trying to break free. I like that this is all about kids against adults and kids against a certain mindset and trying to break away from how these adults think and feel. They don't want to become those adults. There's actually a really cool line in this, and it's all about them basically saying, I want to be an adult so that I can be free, but I know that when I'm an adult I'm going to start lying to myself and I will still be a part of this mindset. These are kids realising that even when they grow up, even when they apparently have this freedom, they're still going to have something holding them back because that's how society is, and they're never ever going to be able to break free, and they're going to lie to themselves that they have gained this freedom and true happiness. I really love that line. It's one of my favourites in this song. It's very moving, it's very deep, and it's very true actually. Another line I really like: I'm not passionate enough to want to rebel, nor am I obedient enough to accept it. And I really like that. That's like a conflict of their own interests. They want to break free from this, and you see this in the choreography, how they are trying to break free from this chain that these adults and society have put them through, but they know that they can't because they're too obedient. They have this idea of freedom, they want to grasp it, but they can't because they have been stifled by society so much that they're going to be obedient and do what society says. A lot of these lyrics come into play in the imagery itself. We get a lot of loneliness in this song, in how everyone is positioned. They're all away from each other, they're not near each other. But then we also get solo shots in different parts where they're very obedient, they're kind of very docile, they don't do a lot, and then at certain points of it they find their voices and they scream, and I really like those scenes. But I like that they are in different spaces, that they're making use of various locations, that we're getting night and day shots, that we are seeing their struggle. There's a lot of internal struggle. There is this scene which really it got me, when there is a girl who is standing near a passing train and she is screaming, she is visibly frustrated. It is an incredible shot, it is incredibly timed, and you can feel that frustration and desperation she has. And she's trying to find her voice. But there are a lot of other beautiful scenes in this. I really love the choreography shots that are here. I like that they are in a station. The station definitely links the whole train theme in this, but the train station itself, it's filled with this blue tone, a little bit of red thrown in there sometimes to show that coldness, to show that frustration that the members are having. But the red is not as prominent as the blue, and I think that's because the blue is how they are outwardly expressing themselves, whilst the frustration is inside. The frustration is what they're keeping locked up. They're keeping that a little bit more tame than the blue. So I really like that they're using the red and the blue as a play on their emotions and which one is more prevalent than the other. It's a nice use of colour psychology, I think. I could be wrong, obviously, but I think that it really works. The blue and red are definitely really strong in this, and I took a lot from it, so I'm really glad that they use those colours in order to express how the members are feeling. Some of the angles in this, by the way, are really nice. I noticed a lot of the Dutch angle used when we're on the bus with hurrah. Now, the Dutch angle is the one where it's kind of tilted to the side, but it's meant for a feeling of discomfort, and whenever I see it, I'm quite fascinated by that angle. It's one of my favourites, actually. Seeing it with hurrah on the bus, I definitely get this feeling of discomfort and being on edge and feeling like a little bit off kilter. It definitely feels unbalanced in those scenes, and it represents her emotions well. She looks tired, she looks drained. All of them look tired and drained in this, actually. There's no smiles. They're not happy. They're quite lifeless, actually, until the choreography really kind of, ups the ante. But that lifelessness, it's very prevalent in Irina, especially because she has a lot of scenes where she's not herself. She's not full of energy, which is weird to see because she's usually the one member who is shown most power in her performance, but here she's a lot more on edge. She's not feeling herself. She is frustrated, but she feels weak as well. She's wanted to break away from society but doesn't know how because she's so obedient, and it's not until the very end that she breaks away, or the others as well. But the choreography, really, really cool, really nice. The opening, they just look dead. They look like dolls, they look like puppets. And I think that's a key thing, actually. You know, puppets of society, puppets of mine kind of thing. They have their little strings and they're playing along with society standards and obedience, because that's what they have to do. But then when they finally get into the full dance, when they finally start breaking out, using every part of their body and truly bringing out their feelings in this choreography, you really see how they feel, how frustrated they are, how much they want to break away, and how full of life they actually are, despite the outward view we get of them. It's a very powerful video. It's a video that shows us struggle and contempt as well, and sadness and frustration. It's amazing, and yet again it has its uniform nature, but it also has a lot of freedom to it as well. It's yet another video that speaks out emotionally, and in its visuals we get a lot from it, and it's very beautifully done. And yeah, it struck a chord with me, and I think that it really does portray this idea of trying to live your own life in a world where you are told that you are not as relevant as, say, an adult. I like that it is all about kids, the silent majority, breaking free from the binds that the adults are throwing at them. These are kids who are being told that because they are kids, their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts are not as good as an adult's because they haven't lived life or worked as hard as an adult, when really everyone is just as important as each other, no matter how old you are, no matter how much you experience in life. I really like that this is kind of breaking out from that sort of mould. I like that this is speaking out about those sorts of things and that they're fighting for it. I've definitely looked at the lyrics more in this, which is a good thing because I don't always look at lyrics, but I do think the video has a very beautiful, sad and frustrated quality about it, and I really, really enjoy it. I love that they've used the station. I love that the train is prominent in this to fit in with the lyrics. I love that we see these little parts of the members breaking away in their solo shots as they scream, as they're trying to break free from the restraints of society. And I like that we get a few nice different angles here. We get a fierce choreography yet again, and we get some nice use of colour psychology. Really, really good music video, beautiful camera work, nicely done, nicely edited, fits well with the lyrics, which is what we want. Oh, and I really, really like the end of it where we kind of transition into the whole silent majority music video, just a little beginning of it, and we get yet another Dutch angle again there when they're walking towards us, and that shot where we finally see them walking onto the set where they perform silent majority. It's a great video, speaks a lot about freedom and freedom of the mind as well, and breaking out and like fighting against this preconditioned idea that kids are not important as adults in terms of how they feel or what they think just because they're younger. I hope I have gotten across everything about this PV that I can for now. The more I watch it, the more I'll get from it anyway. So yeah, hopefully this was okay. Hopefully I have said enough and given you some things to ponder on. And also, if you know anything about this PV that I've not mentioned, please don't hesitate to comment below. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the PV as well. And thank you all for suggesting this video for me to talk about and to react to when I did react to it. If you have any other suggestions or any links or anything, please don't hesitate to comment below and let me know. Anyways, thank you very much everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed. I'll talk to you again next time. Bye. Meow.